Alrighty. Hey everyone, welcome again to our weekly Amazon for Beginners Zoom. This is different, right, Mitch? This is my free group. So, anyway,
Yeah,
we're gonna have Mitch here tonight. He is one of my man. I hate this word, right? Like student. I really hate this freaking term, student. But Mitchell is my friend. Okay, he is a good guy, my homie. He is a father, a husband. He does Amazon part time and he's running numbers. Man, he's doing 10K a month in sales, which I want to say is about like 3K a month in profit, part time. Very impressive. Mitch has kids. He works a full time job, and he's doing Amazon part time. And I really want to bring him here because I want to show you guys the power of Amazon. Right, like you can do this part time, a few hours a day, even if you're busy. You have a 9 to 5. You have kids. You're super busy. It is possible to make a good income from this. And I just really believe that a few $1,000s a month, helps a lot of people, right? 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000. It doesn't have to be, 10, 20, 30K months, right? Even on, even as a beginner, you make like 1,000 or two or three. I think it's gonna be a game changer for a lot of people. Right, Mitch? You agree, bro?
yeah, I agree with you 100%, Lewis. It's definitely something that I appreciate, you with what you have done with your mentorship and actually teaching me the ropes in a sense of like understanding how FBA works and understanding how to really be able to use this platform and as leverage when it comes to supplementing my income. So I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, of course, bro. And thank you for being here tonight too, bro. I know you're doing a lot of like personal development stuff with yourself. I see you at
Yeah,
church. I see you like working out every day, like waking up early. So I
yeah.
really value your time, bro.
Now
Um,
I appreciate
and
I
I'm really
appreciate
drawn to you because you're really like you like really work hard. I think me and you are very similar. You're trying to work out. You're busy. You're trying to do Amazon. You're trying to work your 9 to 5. You love God. You love your family. So I really resonate with you, and that's why I want to bring you on too, bro. So
thank you so much, man.
and just for the people here, okay. So how did you start? Okay, so when did you start your business? Your very first business, not Amazon, but your very first one.
So my very first like entrepreneur journey was ultimately MLM, right? And for those who don't know what MLM is multi-level marketing. And that's practically what you do is that you have a product and you present it to people. And then from there, if they choose to sign up within that organization or within that company, you will receive a commission. Now, if they decide to stay within that company, you will also get residual, what they call residual income. So ultimately I did fairly well on that. I was probably making like $1,000 a month within that organization. Again, it was all supplemental. And that was really my first business. Then from there I started venturing off out into, doing like graphic design and stuff like that. Um, doing like flyers and doing logos, doing what other things did I do? Making menus for like restaurants and stuff like that. So I started doing that as well on the side. And then lastly, I started investing my money into like cryptocurrency, um, uh, the foreign exchange market, and stocks as well. So I started doing that as well. And then ultimately, after doing all that for a while, I was making some money here and there, but it wasn't consistent, right? Especially with like MLM and stuff like that. It's a very um a market that be um you have to be really on it and really be on top of people, and that's one of the things I don't like to do. I'm
Recruiting.
more
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really more of an individual that I like to do the work. I like to actually, be able to work and then reap the results, not really depend on other people. So when I heard about Amazon, I was like, yo, this is actually something that I have 100% control of. It's something that I can, if I put in the work, if I put in the time and I put in the effort, I'm no longer dependent on people. I'm no longer dependent on a market. I'm no longer dependent on doing those things. So when I heard about it, I was like, it definitely made sense. It was a no-brainer for me and my fiance and my business partner, who was actually my brother-in-law as well. So it made sense for us. And I just, we just kind of went forward. we went forward from there.
Nice. And then just for the audience, like when did you start your Amazon business?
We started back in October, but we really went full throttle probably like late October, early November. But we started getting, going through the verification process, getting the whole, Amazon stuff and getting approved for the prep center, all that stuff happened late October, early November. So
Love
that's
it.
a 23, not, it was very soon. Not,
Yeah,
not,
I
not
know.
that
Yeah,
long.
you just started. And like a few months later, you're like doing like 10K months in
Yeah.
revenue. So that's about like 3K profit, right? More or
Yeah,
less.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Very
yeah. So
impressive. Like I said,
roughly around
like I said,
30 to
and
40%.
I feel like 3K a month for a lot of people part time is, man, that's like how much is that in a year? Like 36K in a year?
Yeah, yeah. It's actually, some people's salary, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing that much work. And I want to put that into perspective for people, right? When it comes to this business and this organization, right? When it comes to Amazon and FBA, especially with how Lewis has taught us, he put it in a way where you don't have to put in that much time, right? Where you don't have to put in that much effort if you utilizes the resources and the mentorship that he provides to you on these weekly calls. You'll start seeing that like, okay, I could probably dedicate an hour or two a day just for sourcing and then buying the products. And that's it. That's all I do. I literally just source, buy the product, and then boom. Now, there is going to be some miscellaneous times as you scale where you have to handle emails and all that other stuff. But that's, since I have a team, right? It's not just me. They assist me in those areas as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and then for the audience, like what's your full time, if you don't mind sharing? And
Yeah,
we're
yeah. So right now I'm actually a manager for a call center. I'm a
Mhm.
normal guy. I'm a normal Joe, right? I'm not this financial guru. I don't make that, I don't. I make decent income to live by, right? And aside from that, I also manage my graphic design stuff, as I was stating before. But that's kind of like fluctuates within the seasons and stuff. If I don't put that much effort or promote myself as much, I'm not gonna receive that much as well. And then I also do like crypto investments and stuff like that. But aside from that, like that's and an Amazon, that's it. Like again, I'm just a normal guy.
Nice. So, um, so what's your like day to day like? So like what time do you wake up? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
go to your
So
job, yeah.
yeah, so it fluctuates, right? So it varies because I work from home full time. So and I have a 1 year old now. She just became one like a week ago.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah. And but usually, right, an ideal day for Mitch would be waking up at 4 in the morning, right? Getting up at 4, going to get a prayer. I do pray. I pray. As soon as immediately when I wake up, I read the Bible. And then from there I get ready for the gym and then go to the gym at 5. And then after that, I come back home at around like 6:30. So I do like an hour and a half in the gym. And then I shower and then I get ready I wake up my stepdaughter and get her ready for school, right? So then I give her breakfast, I make my tea, my shake, and then from there I take her to school, come back, and that's when I start doing my Amazon stuff
In the
around
morning, really? In the
in the
morning?
morning.
Before I start?
Yeah, like
Okay.
like 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock to 9. I start doing my sourcing. And then from there at 9, when I'm done, right, I then purchase the products, probably finish like around 9:30 the latest. My 1 year old ultimately wakes up at that point. And then I spend time with her from 9:30 to 11. From 9:30 to 11, I'm literally just spending time with my daughter. And then from 11 to 7, I'm doing my 9 to 5 job, right?
Oh
My,
wow.
my managing job. And then at 7 p.m., when I'm done, that's when I give time to, my fiance, spend time with her. And then roughly about, from 7 to 10 is more like family time. And then from 10 to 11, that's when I dwindle down, lay down, and then go to bed. That's
Love
like
that.
my ideal day. I
Yeah,
never
oh
really
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
never really
Yeah.
pointed like pinpointed like that. It was pretty cool just like going through it in my head. But that's probably like the first time I really just like mapped out my day. But yeah, that's how it goes every day, ideally.
Yeah, I see your story. So, I see you waking up early. Like you seem like very like methodical, which I understand because you have a job and you have your family, you have Amazon, you have other stuff. So,
Yeah.
you need to be like on point, right, with your schedule. So,
Yeah, and one
yeah,
thing too, like if I go outside the schedule, it throws me off completely. Like, I probably won't do the Amazon, and then now I'm backed up 2 days. I got like a whole the list becomes double, so it's just like it's double the work. You know what I mean? So I try to stay methodical like that.
love it. And then what's your plan with Amazon? Is it gonna be like a long term for you? Are you like okay with like where you at? Are you trying to scale?
We're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off, man. We're gonna scale this thing up, and we're just gonna keep keep this thing growing because essentially not only myself, but my what I tend to call business partner, but they're more like family, right? Um, we see the potential in this organization. We see the potential in the platform of Amazon, and we know that we can definitely scale this thing up to receive, hopefully income where it's it can allow us to give us more time freedom. Ultimately, that's what a lot of people are looking for, right? A lot of people want to have their time back, right? Think about it, at 11 to 7 right there, I could be doing so much more with spending time with my daughter, right? Spending time with my other kids as well, right? Because I have two other kids. I have a stepdaughter, I have a son. I could be spending time with them, but I'm working, right? I'm constrained to that job because I need that additional income. But once I scale this business to where I can no longer do that, you know,
Yeah,
that's ultimately the goal. But yeah,
I agree. I can relate, bro, because I used to work a job too back in the day. I mean, I quit like in 2015. It's been 10 years, but
wow,
I
blessings.
remember, huh?
What's that blessing?
Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I just remember like working my nursing shifts and working like a side business so hard.
Yeah, man.
It was so exhausting, man.
It's very exhausting.
Right? Because you're working your job, you come home, spend time with the kids, you go to the grocery, and then you do your business, and you wake up early the next day. You do it for
Yeah.
5 straight days, right? And
Mhm.
then on Saturday, Sunday, you're pretty much exhausted from the week.
Yeah.
You're still trying to grind, right?
Yeah, and like I sleep we sleep in mostly on Saturday and Sunday, right? Because we're just so exhausted throughout the week, like my fiance and I. Because the kids have activities, right? The kids, my daughter does basketball. She does tennis, she does, bowling, she does all this other stuff that we have to attend to, right? Because one of the things that me growing up, as I was doing these extra activities, I was always that kid looking for their parent. My parent was never there. I don't want that for my kids. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why you know what we just quit. Me and my wife, just quit because yeah, we were just like, I mean, there's no time.
Yeah. There's
I'm
literally
not
no
saying to quit,
time.
guys. I'm just saying like it was just my own personal decision. And I think if you have that dream, it is gonna come to you
Yeah.
as long as you really want it, right? I'm not saying it's for everyone because being self-employed also comes with like a lot of risk, right? So
Yeah, nah, for sure. Especially with what happened, at the beginning of this year, you know what I mean? Like with the whole situation with Amazon and people getting deactivated and stuff like that. Like that was kind of like an eye opener for us. Like, oh shoot, we have to be very diligent and very careful when it comes to sourcing and when it comes to this business because ultimately Amazon is a business, right?
yeah,
And there are going to be times where you're going to be tested and stuff, and you just got to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. And ultimately, I'm
yeah,
glad that I have six eyes instead of two within this journey that I were going through because not only am I able to see, but maybe I may have missed something that my fiance is able to catch or my brother-in-law is able to catch. So
yeah, yeah. Because I remember you guys were, I think, I think you guys were at like 2-3K a month a few months
yeah,
ago, and then recently you guys scaled, right? So you guys like tripled your
yeah,
business already,
yeah, we
tripled, right?
definitely,
At least
yeah,
tripled.
yeah. So like in this, I think it was around November, early December, we were doing probably like 2K, and then right at the end of Q4, that's when we had our 10K week. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, yeah. And then from there, it's just been like consistently like, 10K a month now. Because obviously things tend to slow a little bit down after Q4. So now we're just sourcing for products that are really going to get us um that consistent revenue, right? Because that's ultimately what you need to look for. Obviously, you need to continuously source, but there are some good gems within your sourcing that you can continuously buy
Yeah.
and restock and then scale up from there.
Yeah, we'll just say like, that it's really scalable. Amazon.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah,
It's like
right?
it's like a no-brainer, right? It's like literally a no-brainer. Um, the only thing I would say though, for those people who are starting, right, you do need capital, right? You do need to have some source of capital. The way we do it through credit cards and stuff like that. My brother-in-law, he's been, he's when it comes to finance, that's what he handles. So I do more of the grunt work, the hard work. He handles the numbers and the logistics. So yeah.
Yeah, love it. Do you guys have a question? From the audience? No question? Come on, guys. Just ask something. Type in the chat if
Yeah, any questions?
got
Any
any.
questions? I'm very transparent, guys. Anything you want to know
Yeah.
about, I would definitely be honest with you. I definitely have been a participant on one of these calls. And I feel like the best way for you to gain knowledge is by asking questions, right? That's the only way you're going to be able to see, like, okay, is this person a real person or is this person really just a random Joe? You know what I mean? Like, or is he just lying out his behind? You know what I mean? Like, but me, to be honest with you guys, I'm very transparent. So
Yeah.
whatever questions you guys have, I'll be honest and I'll answer them.
There you go.
Are you niche
So
down in a
there you
specific
go.
category or do you pick everything that comes along? So definitely at first I was, just going through the motions, learning through my mistakes and stuff like that. So I was buying like literally everything that made sense. I was like, yo, this is giving me, 5% return. This was giving me 7% return. This was giving me 10% return. This is selling 2 times a month. This is selling 10 times a month. And then as time progressed, now I realize like, okay, there is something that I have to there's something that I have to look for in order to really make profit behind it. So, am I niche down? No, I'm not. I do focus on a lot of products. I focus on groceries. I focus on car parts. I focus on water bottles, like everything. If it makes sense, if it's gonna give me a good return on my investment, um, I would definitely purchase it. So yeah, I'm not niche down yet, but I think I would eventually get there once I find those gems, right? From the VAs that are giving me my sources. Um Next question from Rick, sorry. What are some of your most profitable products? Stanley Cups is one of the most profitable products that I have sold. We actually got it on one of the calls that I keep forgetting his name, but I think he was the CEO of the prep center. He came on here. He was telling us about the prep center. He also had a FBA business, and he was like, "Oh, I sell these Stanley Cups." So once I heard that, I was like, you know what? Let me try selling Stanley Cups too. So I reached out to my VA. Obviously, you have to get ungated for that product. That's another term. But for those who don't know what ungated is, you have to go like through this verification process with Amazon that you're eligible to sell that product. The way that we were able to determine to get ungated for Stanley, we actually saw this video on YouTube, we applied it, and then it worked, right? So so yeah, and once we got ungated on that, we bought like 10, they sold out in like a day. So then we scaled up to like 30, sold that out like in a week. Now we're just like consistently buying that thing like on a week by week basis. So
Love
so
that.
that's selling out a lot. And a lot of people like Stanley Cups, you know what I mean? It's definitely one of those, products that will never at least for now, especially with that whole uh that lady that her car blew up and her Stanley Cup still had ice in it. That thing made the Stanley Cups go up. So
Oh
yeah.
wow. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of hype with that right now, right?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of hype with that. So sometimes it's good to ride the wave. You just got to make sure you're riding it at the right time. So So great question. How did I get ungated? As stated, you know, I was watching, I looked it up on YouTube, found this lady. I can't remember her name right now, but yeah, I saw one of the videos and I followed the step-by-steps on how to get ungated. But ultimately you have to purchase 10 items from a specific buyer. I think we did Target, right? So we went to Target, we purchased 10 Stanley straws, and then from there we got we took that receipt, sent it to Amazon, and then yeah, they ungated us. So Lewis, that's just a plug for everyone here. If you want to get ungated on products and if they sell it on Target, you just download the invoice from Target, make sure you get 10 of those products, and then you can get ungated. So yeah,
Yeah,
obviously you got to
great
make sure
concept.
that same specific product is being sold on Amazon.
Yeah, so it just means you're buying a certain amount of products, 10 pieces, and you're
You got to
presenting
ship it.
invoice to Amazon, right? So
Yeah, but you got to ship it to your house, okay, guys? So it has to go directly to the house that's linked to your Amazon seller account. So like let's say you have your home address or like you have your business address. Um, you ship it to your business address. Those 10 things, those 10 items, send that invoice to Amazon, and then they'll most likely ungate you. If it doesn't work, just try it again.
love
But don't try it again. Don't try it again that same day. Wait till the next day and then try it again. Because they're gonna tell you, like, hey, we see that it's the same receipt. It's not gonna work. So you gotta give it like a day. But
love
that's how
it.
you get it. Any other questions, guys?
We're doing this again, bro.
I
Asking
know, I
this
know, I know.
question.
Yeah, it's funny because we had we just for those to give you kind of relevancy as to what Lewis and I are talking about. I did kind of like a training for the new people as well as to how to source and stuff like that. And yeah, at the end of the call, I was like, "Yo, any questions?" We just kept going back and forth with the any questions and stuff like that. So yeah.
I mean, I'll just keep asking questions then, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute and ask or just type in the chat if you're shy.
Yeah,
Um, Let me see. I have a list here.
go
So,
right ahead.
like, how do you balance family with business? Like, how do you like juggle everything?
It is a juggling act. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, as you can see, I tend to wake up real early, right? Because one thing that I'm learning through my journey is that and this may, you know, this is my belief. I'm not pushing this belief on anyone, but I am a Christian and I put God first. So I definitely build that relationship with Him first. And then from there, I focus on my family, then focus on my business, right? Business comes last, but it is part of it. So once I have that time, once I spent that time with my family, then I transition over to business. And I always let them know, like, hey, look, this time I'm gonna be doing business, or I tend to do business when they're like, you know, when they're not around, right? So like I do the business time when they're not around.
Love it, bro. I mean, wow, waking up early is so hard for me, man. Honestly, so
It's not easy, man.
to me, like, I tend to work late. That's what I do
Yeah,
because I feel like I'm just more creative at night.
yeah,
So I'm just like in the office at nighttime, by myself.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, but I guess the point is, look, like whatever works for you too, right?
yeah, for
If
sure.
you
Yeah,
wake up early, like wake up, stay up late, or I mean, man, before when I had my 9 to 5, I used to like work during lunch breaks too, which is crazy. So I think you just gotta do what you gotta do, right?
yeah,
So
no, for sure. You know what I mean? And I think also with being intentional with your time, right? Intention, I can't say that word, but yeah, being intentional, right? Like just really when you're spending time with family, spend time with family. Don't think about business. Don't think about, that order that you did in place or that, that order that didn't get to Amazon, right? Tend to, or, for me, like, oh, that design that I have to make, like I just tend to put my phone down or like,
yeah,
just focus on them because at the end of the day, the only asset the main and the most important asset that we have in the world is time, right? That's the only asset that we're never going to get back. So that hour that you spent stressing about business, you know, you just lost that hour and your child or your fiance or your spouse or whoever just lost their hour too. So why lose that hour when you could just really focus on them? You know what I mean? That's what I'm just trying to get at.
Love it. Yeah, that's a question in the chat, bro, about inventory. So
Yeah, so somebody said I did it backwards because I didn't know any better. I have a lot of inventory, and it seems like most of my products are not on Amazon or are branded products. What advice do you have for me? So I would say, now, do you have that inventory like at your house? I just need a little bit more context here because if you have it at home, I do have some product here at home myself, and I'm looking to like venture off on different platforms, right? Amazon is just one avenue. You can also go to like eBay, Macari, um, Facebook, what is that? Facebook Marketplace, so post those things uh, um, on those areas and just sell it for the price that you think makes sense, right? So obviously look at what's selling, right? Um, we also have branded products in storage. So when you mean by that, you mean like let's say like a Chanel bag or something like that. So I'm just at Chanel because that's the first thing that came to my mind. But yeah, so if you have those type of products, yeah, just sell them on eBay. Sell them on okay, so you got deactivated from Amazon. Okay. So yeah, eBay, Macari, Facebook Marketplace, doing it on other places and still reach out to Amazon and figure out why you got deactivated and tell them you won't do it again. Be as humble as possible, right? Be like, yo, it was a mistake, blah blah blah. So yeah.
I think she
Or
meant like, but Tremaine, do you mean like a private label product?
so
Private
you mean like
label, right?
so it's like something that you created?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if it's something you created, I would just post that on like Instagram or Facebook and stuff like that. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm selling this. You know what I mean? Like, help me out, Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, like I made these shirts, I made this like stuff like that. And I sell them to my friends and families and stuff like that. So yeah.
Love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole other ball game. Instagram can be a beast, especially when it comes to the business. The best way to be is organic, right? Be organic as possible. Um, I don't want to dive in too much into Instagram because I can get real like logistical and all that stuff because um I do have experience with growing Instagram and helping people grow their own Instagram. But it's just really, especially like when you're doing your own marketing, it's really just focusing on how to appeal your audience. Ads don't cost a fortune. You could spend $7 on running an ad for 7 days, $1 a day within Instagram. Obviously you're not going to reach as many people, but you can definitely budget yourself to run ads. The only thing I would say though with Instagram is just do video content, do reels, do like 3 seconds to 30-second videos of you promoting your product with catchy sounds, catchy audio, and you'll start seeing. You just got to do it consistently. Do it like 1 to 2 reels a day, post that every day, and you'll start to see your Instagram growing. It just has to be consistent. It has to be the same thing. Like if you're selling this water bottle, you have to post this water bottle, you drinking it, somebody in a different corner, this and this and that. It just has to be consistent. So yeah.
Yeah. Or like you said too, you can post it on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Mercari, Poshmark, Walmart,
Yeah, like other platforms. Instagram is not the only thing. I like Instagram because I just think it's a great way to reach the masses, but it can also be intimidating with you seeing people getting millions of views off of one audio and you're getting like seven. You know what I mean? So yeah. It's just a numbers game.
Yeah. And then is it Nyman, bro? Nyman, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh no, no.
Oh,
I get you,
nine.
bro, but he's asking, did you get buyers from a different world region such as Europe or South America, etc.?
Now, are you talking with Amazon? Okay, so I really don't know where the buyers are coming from because I do FBA, and practically what that is that Amazon does the shipping, Amazon handles everything, and so all I see is the money hitting the account. So yeah, I really don't see where the products are. I mean, I can look at it. I just don't Honestly, I'm being honest with you. I don't look at that part of the shipment part because I don't really need to, right? Amazon handles all of that. That's why it's called, fulfillment by Amazon. So yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's mostly from USA though.
Yeah, I don't think I
USA,
don't
Canada, or Mexico, I think, are the
yeah,
top.
I actually got accepted to sell in Brazil.
Oh,
So
really? Oh, wow.
yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll take it, but it's just like, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Any other questions,
Like,
guys?
I'll keep asking, and then we just keep it rolling.
Yeah, I mean, just keep it rolling. Yeah, just keep rolling the questions.
Let's see. So, do people need to quit their jobs to do Amazon, or can this really be done part-time and for it to be like lucrative?
Well, I think I'm living testimony of that. That you can do it part-time. You don't have to quit. Um, you just have to make the time for it, as anything in life, right? When it comes to you getting in shape or you getting healthy or you doing something new, you do have to make that time for it. At the beginning, I was doing like, 3 hours, 4 hours a day on Amazon. Now I'm down to an hour or two because I know what I'm looking for. Before I didn't know nothing. So I was just like, yo, I was hitting up Lewis like every day. Lewis, what is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? You know what I mean? Now I just tell Lewis about the success. I'd be like, yo, Lewis, look, we made this much in sales this week. We made this much in sales this month. And yeah, at the beginning it's gonna be challenging or it's gonna be new. And yeah.
I agree because I've seen your progress too, bro. I mean, in the beginning, you guys were like really slow in the beginning. I was
Yeah,
noticing.
no, we were very picky and we were very like I want to say we were very like hesitant. We were like scared at first, but we were still going through it. We're like, oh, this product looks good. It's like 70% ROI. Let's buy it. Right. And then next thing you know, that product was a dud. You know what I mean? So, and then from there, we were like, okay, because we didn't look at the sellers, we didn't look at sales per month. We didn't look at that. We were just focused. I was just literally focusing on ROI at the beginning. Then from there, I started focusing on sales per month and ROI. Now I focus on, sales per month, ROI, sellers, and I focus on the keeper chart, right? So like it was a progress for me to get to where I'm at. But I think what helped me out significantly was joining your calls every week. I probably missed like one or two calls since I started Lewis mentorship.
Yeah, that's like how many calls, bro? October, November. It's
Yeah,
like 30 calls, right? So yeah,
yeah,
you're always
30
there, bro.
calls. Yeah, and they're very repetitious, right? The calls and the beautiful the one of the things that I've noticed, right, is that when you want to learn something, you have to go through it multiple times. The best example I give to people is when you're trying to learn a song, right? When you're learning a song, what do? You put that song on repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And eventually you're like, you start singing the lyrics. You start singing the lyrics. You chop it up in the beginning, right? You'd be like, you forget this part and this part. But then after like the 40th time that you heard that song, you know that song when it's off. You know what I mean? And the same thing goes with this information, right? Lewis is going over the same thing or the same content every week. Yes, he's adding a little bit of spice here and there, but after the 30th week, I'm like, yo, I know this stuff, but I'm still going, right? Because I still want to learn what I don't know. Because there's been times where he'll have guest speakers on there and the guest speakers will drop some nuggets and I'll be like, oh, shoot, I wasn't doing that, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It gets pretty boring, honestly, right? Because it's just very like it's like very like competitive, right? Like I'm looking at data over and over again,
Yeah.
and then some weeks
But
they
it
bring
helps
in some
out.
guest speaker. Yeah, but that's to me like the way you look at it, bro, is like if you're bored with your business, it means it's working.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like
agree
my
with you
day
on
every
that.
day here is so boring, bro. I was in the home office, like working. I'm so bored, but and then I realize, hey, if it's boring, it means it's working because you created like, such a good system with yourself. That's working really well.
It's funny that you
You're
say that
bored.
because I think I'm getting to that level where it's like I'm telling you, it's very methodical with me. And I'm like, okay, boom, I source and I'm done. And I'm like, all right, cool. I buy my products and I'm like, all right, cool. Now I go about my day. And I'm like, yo, like, damn, like, I got to go through this chart again. I got to look at all this stuff. And then, sometimes I'll let them pile up. so I can have a little bit more fun with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now I'm just running through them. You know what I mean? I'm running through like 15 leads a day is like nothing for me, you know. But sometimes
Right.
I'll let it all up and then I'll just do it on Tuesday or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
So
I think it's the same with like fitness too, right? Fitness. I mean, even church, honestly, right? You're just like going like every single week, over and over and over and over and over again, going to the gym over and over and over again. But that's how you get results. So
yeah, yeah. Once you see that scale go down, you know, from this number to this number, you're like, oh shoot. And then once you see that Amazon account go from this number to this number, you know, you're like, oh shoot. And Rick said, do you use VAs? Yes, I do. So I have a VA that I got from Lewis. Um, it's a full-time VA. They give me 10 products a day. And ultimately, that's all I use right now. Lewis has other VAs as well. He has VAs that do bookkeeping. He has VAs that handle any Amazon issues that you have. And I don't think we're quite there yet, right? Our business hasn't hit, you know, the number that we wanted to hit. I think if we once we get to like probably like 20 or 30K sales a month, I think that's when we'll start transitioning over to getting those VAs. But right now we're not at that level yet. So and then like you can even get a VA to do your orders for you. Obviously, you got to build that relationship with them. But yeah, I just have a VA that gives me 10 products a day and I go through them and then I purchase it.
love it, bro. Crushing it, man.
Are you using a prep center? When did you start using a prep center? So we started immediately with the prep center. We didn't buy any products um until we had the okay from the prep center because as you guys can see, right, my schedule is very, you know, compact and I don't have time to be waiting for products to get me, bagging them up, putting them in a box or putting them in a bag, sending them to wherever they need to go. So yes, we use the prep center. And yeah, I mean, Lewis has a plug for the prep center as well. So I'm saying his mentorship is amazing. Yeah, he has all the plugs. Everything you
I
need,
got
that
all
guy.
the plug. Let me see. I'm running out of questions, so
All good.
I guess like, what's your advice for someone looking to start Amazon?
It's a good question. I would say I have two advice, right? It's kind of like twofold, right? And it's don't Lewis is using new prep center? Question mark. I guess that's a question for you. I'll answer that. Answer yours because he said yes. Um, so my advice is twofold, right? Don't start if you're not gonna commit, right? Don't start if you're not gonna commit, if you're not gonna give it that time, if you're not gonna do the work, don't start. You're gonna waste your money with you know the mentorship. You're gonna waste your money with just getting started with Amazon, paying that monthly fee that they have there, right? So really just be intentional with getting started and then also have an open mind with receiving information, right? Always remain a student, remain coachable. As you guys can see, yes, I'm making 10K a month in revenue. But I'm still, as I said earlier, I'm still going to the weekly calls. I'm still going to those calls because there's not enough information that I can know. I saw a picture right once that it was like a of a pie chart, and it said, you know, we know about 10% of what the entire world knows. We don't know what we don't know about an additional 10%, and then 80% is literally stuff that we don't know at all. So why am I going to hinder myself from stopping to joining the cause or stopping to receiving that mentorship? Um, just by not joining these calls. So to circle it all up, right? Be intentional and be coachable and really, really remain a student of the game. Don't ever think that you know everything because you don't.
Love it. And then just to piggyback off of that, bro. So how important is personal development to your life and business?
Give me a second because we're in my office right now. So I'm going to show you a couple books that I use. Hold Hopefully I don't make a mess, 'cause I have a lot.
Oh, good.
Making a mess.
If you guys have any other questions, please type in the chat because we are going to end soon. You know, Mitchell is past his bedtime.
Yeah, for sure. So
Guys on the schedule, so
so I have more books that I was gonna bring down, but these two books literally changed my life. Um, book one thing. It's this book right here. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill.
good one.
It's I don't know if you guys ever read this book before, but this book has literally changed my life. I listened to it probably like 10 times in audio version. I had to buy the book because I needed a physical copy of it. And then lastly, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill as well. These two books are really have what taught me, and I got these books through MLM, right? When my journey with MLM and working on my personal development. But Outwitting the Devil has it's literally a conversation with learning how to no longer become a drifter, living that day by day life, going through life as like, all I do is wake up, go to work, go back home, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, go back home, go to sleep, really living life to its fullest. And then Think and Grow Rich teaches you how to use the laws of attraction to be able to attain, success in life. It's literally those two books. I have other books as well, like The Power of the Subconscious Mind. That's another book. Um, and then also the Bible. I'm gonna end it off with that. The Bible is really the manual to my life right now. I've been diving into scripture, using scripture because there's a lot of spiritual, there's like a spiritual warfare going on throughout this world, in my opinion. And if you don't have the right tools, you can get caught into a lot of bad things.
Love it. Love it, bro.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any more questions? Because I'm about to let him go. This guy is on a strict schedule, and I'm so happy he came in tonight. Like super late. He's also on the East Coast, so right now it's almost 11 o'clock for him. So Edward said Napoleon Hill is amazing.
Yes.
Hey, love it.
A lot of people had some controversy. There's a lot of controversy with what he did. I'm not gonna discredit what he did, but what he's written in these books is amazing. So
Yeah,
you guys, if there's one nugget that I would say, just get these books. You know what I mean? Get these books. Especially Outwitting the Devil. If you don't like to read, get the audio version of it. I did the audio version for like 3 years straight. I was listening to it like literally 3 years straight, and I understood how to get unstuck, right? How to get unstuck with living day by day without purpose. Because there was a point in my life where I was just literally waking up, going to work, partying hard, right? Going to sleep probably like at 4 in the morning, and then doing the same cycle again, and then wondering why on Friday I have like $2 in my bank account. So
wow, love
so
that.
yeah.
Love it, bro. Here,
What's your process for qualifying VAs? Well, my VAs came through Lewis. So I really don't have a process. I think Lewis does all that for me. So Lewis could probably give us a little bit
um,
more insight as to what the process is.
well, you gotta just like get them first, right? And then try them, and then if you like them, keep them. If not, then move on to the next one. It's just really just try and error. There's really no way to find out if someone's good or not unless you just try them.
Yeah.
Because they can lie on on the interview. And if they're decent, keep them and give them feedback because if they're decent, they can get so much better.
Yeah, and to be honest, with just adding on to that, with the VA that I currently have, right? So I have two VAs. We started off part-time, and then Lewis had like a crazy deal. He was like, "Yo, if you get a full-time VA, I'm gonna give you like 70, I think it was like 50% off or whatever." I was like, "Oh shoot, we gotta jump on that." So we jumped on it and we transitioned over to a full-time VA. And when that full-time VA came on, right? So Lewis decided to give us two VAs. So we have two VAs giving us 5 products each. So right now we're actually dealing with well, sorry. before I get to right now. Before they were just sending us products randomly. And I'm like, yo, Lewis, they're sending us products that really don't work, that doesn't meet our requirement. Can I reach out to them? Because I didn't know, right? I don't know. And Lewis like, yeah, tell them, let them know. Let them know, give them their feedback. And then once I started doing that, they started sending me products that I really started seeing, our Amazon business grow. And then now we're actually dealing with one of the VAs. I'm gonna be fully transparent with you guys. It's like kind of like slacking off. I know she was having like some issues and stuff, but issues don't really pay my bills. And I'm just being honest because I'm running a business and you're working a job. So I may have to, speak with Lewis to see if we could get a different VA. So yeah, that's the route that I'm going through, and that's business. That's what it comes with. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, because these are people, right? They can be good and they can be bad later, or they can be bad in the beginning and be better later. So these are just people. So just like work with them, try them, keep them if you like them, and always give them feedback. So love that.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm gonna end the call and let this man go.
Well, guys, I do want to end off on a high note and just let you guys know that you're on this call per purpose, right? You want to do better in life. You want to do, you're trying to figure stuff out when it comes to Amazon. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. You're landed in the right spot. Lewis is an individual that has taught me from knowing nothing about Amazon to becoming a guest speaker on one of these calls. So so
I'll
um
text you, bro.
so
Text
so
you, Rick.
so so to end out, guys, I would say, I see some people that they're like they're driving and stuff. Just be careful on the road for that person that's driving. Um um
Thanks.
no problem. I would just say this, guys. If you're really looking to excel when it comes to FBA, lock arms with Lewis. He's going to really devote his time to you. One of the things because I've received mentorship in the past, not a lot of mentors are reaching out to you individually saying like, hey, look, how's your business this week? What do you feel like you're slacking at? Lewis will ask me those questions and I'll be like, yo, bro, like this is where I'm at, right? Because we tend to think like, yo, yes, he's my mentor, but he's real busy. But in reality, like, yo, this guy is really looking for your best interest. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Bro,
Thank you,
appreciate
Lewis,
you,
for
man.
everything that you do. You're an amazing guy. I need to take a trip out to Vegas to hang out with you one of these days.
Yeah, we
Um,
should for sure.
so yeah. Somebody said, how much would you charge to run PPCs monthly? What's
Ads? Oh, we don't do ads.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
we don't do ads.
Amazon does all the ads for you. So so yeah, if you're talking about FBA, Amazon does all the ads, they do all the marketing. So yeah, the way that works is that Amazon will if you have the what's considered a buy box, right? So let's say you're selling this water bottle at $10 and you're the buy box. If that person looks up this water bottle, your product is going to be the first one that they click on. So
Yeah,
that's how that works.
yeah, love it.
Obviously they charge you a fee for that, and with the training and stuff that Lewis goes through, you're gonna have sounds like you have organic products. I mean, I do and I don't.
I think
I
she
don't
meant
know.
like we don't run ads. Yeah, we don't run ads.
Yeah,
We don't.
no.
Yeah, that's a different model. I think she's talking about the private label.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So with
All right,
private
guys, can we
labels,
give Mitchell some clap, please? Like virtual emoji, some thank you in the chat, some virtual hugs.
yeah. Thank you guys. Honestly, I appreciate all you guys jumping on. Thank you for your time. I
There you
know.
go. Receive it, bro. Receive it, bro. Receive it real quick. To the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah. Thank you. I'm seeing it, Bessie. Thank you. Thank you, Charmaine. Guys, I appreciate you all for jumping on, listening to me, listening to my story. Um, just know that, I'm a normal person, I'm a normal guy just trying to figure life out. And I know I was on the other end of the screen listening to someone else that inspired me. So hopefully I'm an inspiration to you, and you really go full throttle with this. All right.
Love it, bro.
Love you too.
Alrighty, guys. See you guys
Thanks.
soon, okay?
Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Night, Mitch.